Dark Whispers, the cursed disappearance of Crystal McDowell. Sometimes, the darkness isn't around you, it's within us. And sometimes, it whispers our name. Tonight, we uncover the haunting tale of Crystal McDowell, a woman whose life was marked by tragedy and shadows, leading to a disappearance as terrifying as it was mysterious. Was it the work of man? Or did something otherworldly pull her into the abyss? Welcome to Dark Whispers. Crystal McDowell was born into a life consumed by darkness. Her name, Crystal, wasn't inspired by beauty. It came from the drug crystal meth, the very poison that destroyed her family. Addiction gripped her parents in a spiral of chaos and despair. But the real horror struck when Crystal was just 11. Within 6 months, she lost both parents to AIDS, a silent curse contracted through their drug abuse. Left orphaned and alone, Crystal's world became one of endless shadows. And then came the abduction. At 13, Crystal vanished for days. When she was found, the story that emerged was horrifying. She had been kept in a chicken coop by a faceless captive, just enough to survive. Days of isolation turned into a living nightmare. Yet somehow, Crystal escaped. But did she truly escape? Or did the trauma embed something far darker within her soul? Years passed, and Crystal moved to Baytown, Texas, to live with her aunt and uncle. Baytown, a quiet town surrounded by wetlands, where the air carried a smell of decay. The kind that lingers. It was here that she met Steve McDowell, the man who seemed like the light at the end of her dark tunnel. Steve was charming, funny, and attentive, a man who promised stability. For a time, life seemed to bloom. Crystal married Steve, and they had 2 children, Madden and Maui. She became a flight attendant, a symbol of freedom. After years of feeling trapped. But shadows don't disappear, they only shift. Cracks began to form, heated arguments, growing distrust, and unresolved tensions. By 2017, their marriage was hanging by a thread. Yet, in a strange twist, they continued living under the same roof, their conflicts festering like an open wound. August 25, 2017. A storm brewed in Texas skies and in Crystal's life. That day, she left home to attend a family event, but she never arrived. Her family's worry grew as hours turned into days. Their calls went unanswered. Crystal McDowell had vanished without a trace. The first clue surfaced on Snapchat, a message from Crystal. "I'll be there soon." The words hung heavy in the air. As investigators launched their search, they found her car, abandoned in a Motel 6 parking lot, keys inside, personal belongings untouched. The sight was chilling. What had happened there, and where was Crystal? Suspicion quickly fell on Steve McDowell. His behavior, too calm. He claimed Crystal left willingly, but his story had holes. Detectives uncovered lies, a tangled web of deceit. Steve had been seen with another woman, while Crystal had been dating Paul Hargrave, a local jeweler. Was this a love triangle spiraling into horror? Evidence mounted. Surveillance footage captured a man looking like Steve near Crystal's car the morning it was found. And then, the bicycle. Police found a bike in Steve's garage matching one spotted near the Motel 6. Was this his tool to elude detection and cover his tracks? While Hurricane Harvey ravaged Texas, such efforts frenzy, the storm seemed almost symbolic, as if nature was burying the truth. When floodwaters receded, teams scoured Baytown's eerie wetlands. Volunteers trudged through mud, searching for a trace of Crystal. But the marshlands gave up nothing. Some whispered the land itself was cursed. Twisted trees and murky waters seemed to live as if guarding a terrible secret. Did the shadows take her for good? Despite damning evidence, no arrests followed, Steve's alibis faltered, and Paul Hargreaves' polygraph tests revealed nothing. It was a case that seemed destined for the unsolved. Then came Crystal's journal. It revealed haunting entries. The shadows are following me again. Sometimes, I think they're waiting to take me back. What did she mean? Were these the ghosts of her past or something more sinister lurking in the dark? To this day, Crystal McDowell's fate remains unknown. No one was charged, and no body was ever found. Was Steve hiding something? Did Paul know more than he let on? Or was she claimed by the shadows haunting her all her life? What do you think happened to Crystal McDowell? Share your theories in the comments below. And remember, some mysteries aren't meant to be solved. This is Dark Whispers. Sleep well, if you dare.